Hey guys, so January favorites. I'm excited because I have some interesting things to show you. And I thought I would begin with the non-beauty favorites because normally I start with the beauty favorites and then I get to the end and I completely forget to talk about the non-beauty favorites. So yeah, let's start with the non-beauty favorites, that way I won't forget. And there's no way I could forget anyway because um, if you don't make videos, then you may not even notice the difference, but this is perfect lighting. Why is it perfect lighting? Because my husband and I took a trip to IKEA yesterday, and the type of lighting that I was using before was one lamp pointed pointed at me from behind the camera, and it was okay. It was pretty good. I mean, I used that in conjunction with some natural lighting. That I've got enormous windows on my house in certain rooms, and so I get a lot of natural light too in the room that I'm filming in. So I used to use a combination of natural light, and then I would put the lamp behind the camera and I'd get a mix. And usually it would be okay, but then I was having some problems with getting migraines because I would have this bright, bright light staring, pointed right at me that you can't really look away. You're trying to look at the camera and then the light is right above the camera. So that wasn't working out too good. So I knew I had to do something because I just wasn't using that light anymore, and then the videos were too dark, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so my solution was to buy a second lamp of the exact same kind that I already had, and then instead of having the one single lamp behind the camera, now I have two lamps, one on each side of the area that I'm sitting in, and then they don't have to point directly into my eyes because I have twice as much light. So these lamps only cost $15. I love IKEA. We hadn't been there in a long time, and I'm gonna put a picture right now of my new setup just so you can see it. So that gives you an idea of what it looks like, and the name of these lamps are Luxe, and yeah, they're only 15 bucks, and one doesn't do the job the way you want it to, but two are perfect. And the reason why I like these lamps is I'm using bulbs, by the way, in these that are 600 lumens. That's what they recommend you use for these particular lamps from IKEA, and I did buy two of their bulbs at that wattage or volts, whatever, so that the lighting would be balanced and the exact same strength. But I like these lamps because you can twist the top of them and angle them or point them exactly where you want them to be, and then if you're getting a glare, you can just adjust it. So those are definitely in my favorites. Now, I don't know if you guys shop at IKEA. I love, love, love that store, but unfortunately it takes me over an hour to get to it. One of the things that IKEA does is they don't have a lot of stores. They make you come to them instead of putting a store in every city and town like a lot of other retailers do. And it's totally worth it. If you've got some time to kill, then it's a fun place to go because it's enormous. If you've never been to one, you have to do it at least once in your lifetime, because when you're approaching the store, you're driving up like the driveway. You're looking at it going, oh my God, the first time that you go there, because it's like the average store times 100 in size. It's enormous. The parking area is enormous. The store itself is multi-level, but just goes on and on and on. And it's an experience. It's like no other store you've ever been to. They have great stuff, but it's very affordable, and they have so much to pick from. Like if you need, like I said, a lamp, they don't have 2 or 3 lamp styles to pick from. They have like 100 lamp styles to pick from. I mean, everything that you could possibly want, very reasonably priced, but a great selection, and I think good quality. First time I ever went to IKEA was when I got my Alex storage unit for my makeup, and I go back once in a while and pick things up here and there. I just wish it was a little bit closer because it is a pain having to drive an hour in one direction just to get to a store. You know, we get spoiled now because stores are everywhere. Okay, the other thing that I got is I got some more lighting. I got a lamp for my dining room area. And when I bought this house that I'm in now, the lighting in the dining area was a chandelier. And I always hated it. I don't like chandeliers. I think they're hideous. Just my opinion. No offense if you like chandeliers. I think they're hideous. I don't think that the chandelier even fits with the type of house that I have. And they were cast a horrible glare. So the whole time you were sitting there when that chandelier was on, it was just really unpleasant, uncomfortable lighting. So we had wanted to replace it a long time ago, but we could never find what we were looking for. Either it was too big, or it was too expensive, or the color scheme was wrong, or something was always wrong. And finally we just gave up and just thought, well, I guess we're not going to be able to find what we're looking for. What I was looking for was a pendant light. And those are the kind that have the, it's like a wire that runs from the ceiling down, and then it has this cone-shaped thing that shines down on the table. And so I finally found one exactly like what I wanted at IKEA. When we were buying the other floor lamp, we were in the lighting section and we walked by the pendant lamps. And I looked at my husband and he looked at me and I was like, look at all the pendant lights. We have to get one. We weren't planning on spending more than a certain amount of money, but when we saw the selection they had, we had to, because like I said, we've been wanting one for a long time. So the one that we got was actually in the children's lighting area, but it was exactly what I've been looking for because it's not too big, it's not too small, it's not crazy in terms of design, it's simple, but it has a little something. And the color is a very neutral color, so it would go in any house, really. And this is what it's called here. It's Snoig, I'm going to say. And it has little dots for designs on there, and this part is white, and that part is white. And I'm going to insert a picture now so you can see what that looks like. Okay, so another January favorite has definitely been Ice Fantasy. And if you didn't watch my last Netflix pick video, then I'll just tell you briefly that it is a TV show on Netflix. And I think this is my favorite TV show that I have ever seen in my whole life. We just finished watching it last night. There are 62 episodes, one season. And I love everything about this show. And I'm kind of depressed today, actually, because now I know I won't be able to watch my show tonight. It was incredible. It was everything. It was action, romance, adventure, fantasy. It was everything but comedy, I would say. But it was amazing. That show had so much heart. I mean, it just touched me so deeply. I cannot recommend it enough. However, and again, if you didn't watch my video, I'm just gonna keep this short in case you did see the video. It's in subtitles, And you're probably thinking, oh, I don't want to read subtitles. Trust me, it is so worth it. And you won't even notice that you're reading the subtitles after a while. It's so, so good, you guys. There are so many great actors on that show that are just so talented. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that because I've already talked about Ice Fantasy in a previous video. Okay, what else? Let's get on with the beauty favorites because that's what this is, right? This is a makeup channel. Okay, so let's start with eyeshadows. I think eyeshadows are my favorite category of makeup, I would have to say. Yeah. Well, I didn't really think that I needed it or wanted it, but I finally broke down and bought the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, and I am so glad that I bought this because I have really been enjoying it, and I've used it a lot, and it's much more versatile than I thought it was going to be, and I love it. Anastasia eyeshadow formula is very, very nice. But if you've never had them before, if you buy a single shadow or a palette, just be careful when you dip your brush in there because they can be a little bit powdery, which sounds like a bad thing, but they're powdery in a good way. Just be careful you don't put your brush in there too hard or you'll destroy the eyeshadow. So just be gentle. But they're very, very nice. I love the way they blend. And also, Colourpop has released pressed eyeshadows. Today I'm wearing the Weekend Warrior palette. And the only thing about this palette in particular is it fades throughout the day. And I use an eyeshadow base. But like I deliberately, when I use this palette, I like to do it soft. I took a little bit of the gray and put that in the crease, and then I took this teal shade and I put it on my lids, but I put more on the outside part of my lids and then sort of faded it in. And then this purple I dragged along the lower lash line. But yeah, it fades a little bit throughout the day. So I don't like that about it, but I think that the effect that it gives is, especially the way that I've been doing it, is just a nice soft effect. And I like the colors. And I had been just going crazy over warm tones, but these are sort of a mixture of cool and warm, but really, really been enjoying all the Colourpop pressed eyeshadows that I got. I got some of the singles too, and those don't fade for some reason, but these do. I don't know. And I've also been using my Super Shock shadows a lot lately, and I had gotten away from those for the longest time. Speaking of eyeshadow primers, I've gone back to using my MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and eyeshadows go on so nice over this, and it helps them to last, blah, blah, blah. I had been using Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potion, but that one expired, and I just kept using it anyway. And then I got to the point where I was like, I really shouldn't be doing this, and I had to throw it out. So then I went back to this, and I love using this as an eyeshadow primer. Okay, for those of you who are fairly new and said, I want to see your hair parted on the side, this is why I don't part my hair on the side, because do you see these shorter pieces right here? Well, what happens is they seem to get in the way more. When I part my hair in the middle, I can sort of like brush it back easier and get it off my face, and it'll stay out of my face better. But when I part it on the side, I always feel like I have to hold my head sideways at an angle. For those of you that wear your hair parted on the side, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Because you keep going like this, and then it just falls right back down again. I don't know, doesn't stay out of your face as much when it's parted on the side. So yeah, this is gonna drive me crazy all day. And I don't wash my hair every single day. So it's gonna be 2 days now I'm gonna have to put up with this. But I know that some of you newer people wanted to see what it looked like parted on the side. And I mean, I parted my hair on the side for a long, long time there for a while. Not recently, but for a while. And I don't know, I liked it at the time, but then I went back to parting it in the middle and I was like, yeah, I like this better. It's less aggravating. But so this is what it looks like parted on the side for those of you that were asking about that. All right, back to the makeup. As far as eyeshadow assistants will say, couple of brushes that make putting on eyeshadow a whole lot easier. This is a NYX blending brush, and this is a recent acquisition this month. And my e.l.f. blending brushes. I have 2 of these because I like them so much. This makes putting on your eyeshadow so much easier. If you have a really nice blending brush, it makes a difference. And I've changed my technique a little bit, so I'll show you in my next Get Ready With Me video what I'm doing with the way I'm applying my eyeshadows now. But if I didn't have these brushes, I think it would probably not be working out as well, but both of these are really good. The e.l.f. one is only $3. The NYX one is more than that. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm not even going to guess because I'll probably be wrong, but they're both like drugstore pricing. But the NYX one is on the higher end of drugstore pricing, I would say. But I don't know, I like the shape of it. I like everything about it. I think I like it a little bit more than the e.l.f. one, and you know how much I always talked about the e.l.f. blending brushes. Okay, while we're on the subject of eyes, let's talk about my brows. L'Oreal came out with a new brow product about...
It's 12 o'clock.
A month ago, and it's the Brow Stylist Frame Brow Gel or Brow Pomade. It doesn't even say on the packaging. It just says L'Oreal Brow Stylist Frame and Set. This is in the shade Light Brunette. I love the texture of this. It doesn't get crunchy. If you've ever had crunchy brow pomade, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's not too thin. It's like just the right consistency. It's like a moussey consistency, but a little bit on the denser side of moussey. The color is nice and cool toned. L'Oreal is one of the more expensive products from the drugstore, but something like this that you're going to do your brows with every single day, you want it to be really good. You don't want to have to struggle with something that is less than what you want it to be. And I love this, and I highly recommend it. What else? Let's move on to lips. If you watch my videos, then you know that I have discovered the NYX Lip Primer, and it's just a clear balm type thing, but you put this on your lips and sort of press your lips together a little bit and let it sink in. Then put any lip product you want over it. A lipstick, a traditional lipstick, a liquid lipstick, a lip gloss. I couldn't think of the word. Whatever you want, whatever you use for lip products, and it will apply better, it will stay better, and then the products won't go outside the lines. This is pretty awesome, you guys, and I won't need to buy any more liners because this takes the place of liners for me. You will see me wear a liner occasionally, though, because I have a ton of them and I want to use them once in a while. Okay, speaking of lip products, there's way too many on the table in front of me for me to show you. So I'm just going to randomly I'm just going to grab a few here because, yeah, I brought out way too many. The Milani Amore Metallic Lip Cream in the shade Materialistic. When these first came out, I was like, oh, I don't know about this. I really like this, you guys. Look at it. It's like a bronzy color with gold running through it. And I thought, oh God, I'm not going to be able to pull that off. That color's going to look terrible on me. I don't think it looks too bad. And this can really make, if you coordinate the right eyeshadows with it, it can be the most amazing combination. So if you have never tried a metallic finish liquid lipstick, just buy one to try it. But it's so important what color you get, because the first one that I bought was in a lighter shade. It was like this, but it was lighter. It was the #1 in this line, and I hated it. And I thought I hated it because of the metallic finish, but really what I was hating was the color. Just, I don't know, it just didn't look good on me. You know, every color is not going to look good on everybody. And so then I said, well, you know, I didn't know if it was the formula or the finish or the color, so I bought another one of these, but in a red, and I liked it. So I was like, oh, okay, it was the color. So then I bought this one, and recently, within the last couple of weeks, I would say, and I really like this, and I didn't think I would because of that color. Another thing that I've been wearing, have been, ever since I first got them, my love for these never goes away. Colourpop liquid lipsticks. These are just 3 of my favorites that I reach for a lot. This is Midi. It's a pretty light pink. This is Trap. I would say that's a mauve. And Beeper is a... how would you describe Beeper? Ooh, a warm... plummy beige? I'm not sure. I forget what the color description is for this one. But love Colourpop liquid lipsticks. I like the mattes and the satins. I'm not fussy. I like them all. Never bought any of the glossy lips by Colourpop because, I don't know, I'm just not into a real glossy looking lip. I don't know. The NYX lip lingeries, I had not been using mine for a while there, and then I bought some more in some shades that I didn't have, and started enjoying these again. These 2 are standouts for me. This is Embellishment. Oh, the whole lip lingerie line is supposed to be a line of nude liquid lipsticks, is basically what it is. But some of them do have a hint of color. For example, Embellishment has got some purple to it. So this is a good one. And then Exotic. This, to me, this isn't even nude, but it's like a muted red, I guess you would say. But I really like that one too. But there's a whole bunch of them that I like. I just got to show you one more. This is Bedtime Flirt. So enjoying those. And what else? The new Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Soft Matte Lip Creams. This one is in the shade. Did a whole video about these. But this is Melon It Like It Is. And it's sort of a warm peachy nude. But I had very low expectations for these because they're so inexpensive. And I don't know if they're limited edition or not. I'm not sure. They're on an end cap at Wet n Wild. They're on an end cap at Wet n Wild. Sure they are. They're on an end cap at Walgreens is what I meant to say. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to like these, but I like everything about them. I like the formula. I like the pigmentation. They only come in 3 colors. They come in a bright pink, a bright purple, and then this peachy nude. But yeah, if you see these, pick one up because they might be limited edition. I'm not positive though, but how cute is that packaging? Did a whole video about those. I have to mention the Physicians Formula Butter blushes. I have been wearing these more than any other blushes that I own, and I reach for them day after day after day. They released one there's only two colors. They released one color that is cool tone and one that's warm tone. This one that I have on is Plum Rose, and this is sort of a cooler one. And then they have Natural Glow, which is like a peachy. It's one of those natural looking colors. It's like if you merged Tarte Exposed with a peach blush. If you mix those together, that's what you would get it for Natural Glow. But I really like these, and they're not that pigmented, but I kind of like that with blushes that aren't that pigmented, because then I don't have to be careful. Sometimes it's a real pain in the neck when you have a pigmented blush and you stick your brush in there and you put it on your face, and now you have to blend it out and try to mute it, and I don't know, that's a lot of work. I'd rather not. I'd rather build something up than have to mute it. When it comes to blush anyway, maybe not with other products, but with blush, that's the way I like to do it. So anyways, this is what I have on today for my blush, and it's just a really natural looking, you know, just a hint of color. I really like these. And of course they smell like suntan lotion, just like the bronzer does. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And I hope you like my perfect lighting, because this is what I've been shooting for, you guys. So I'm really happy with this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.